Yes. All right, all right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a great day to be in Kingfisher. For those of you who may not know who I am Mike Sanders, Executive Director of the Oklahoma Broadband Office. We have a great program for you all. But before we start that, I do want to recognize some of our special guests that are here today, and this will be in no particular order. Kurt Thomas and Dan Craig with our Career Tech system right up here front. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Shauna Rupp, our terrific chamber director, and her team. Shauna did a lot of work behind the scenes to make today a success, so thank you, Shauna. We have some officials from the city. Jim Thomas, right back in the back, our city manager, and to his left is Commissioner Jeff Whitrock. Thank you both for being here. Ryan Sproul, right in the back, used to be with Senator Jim Inhofe. He's now with ONG. Thank you, Ryan. We have members of our Kingfisher Library Board. So those of you who are on the library board, raise your hands. Thank you very much for being here. Also saw Wesley Jaworski with Congressman Lucas's office. Thank you. Kingfisher's own Peyton Burns with Senator Langford's office. Thank you for being here. Senator Darcy Eck, thank you for being here. Everyone knows Darcy. And Representative Mike Dobrinsky, right there. Thank you, Representative. We have members of our Pioneer leadership here with us. I'll talk a little bit more about Pioneer in a second. But Blake and Kim and Carly, thank you all for being here. Dr. Brian Whitaker, there he is. Dr. Whitaker serves as chairman of the Broadband Expansion Council, has provided a lot of advice on this particular project and given us a lot of insight. So, Dr. Whitaker, thank you for coming all the way over from Stillwater. Appreciate that. And we have some Mr. James Williamson from the Oklahoma Eastern Library System. You're going to get a few of these portals, so I know you're here checking us all out today. Appreciate you being here. And then we have Brooklyn Boers, all right, with the Oklahoma Department of Libraries, who we, the Oklahoma Broadband Office, is partnering with. Appreciate your friendship and your partnership. And lastly, Michael Takas, who is our director of the Kingfisher Library. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about him and his staff in a minute, but he's going to come up in a second to present his part of the program. And last and certainly not least, I've only done this one time in all my years of service. I don't get an opportunity to do this very often. And I'm very happy to be able to do that today. I want to introduce my bride, former Secretary of Oklahoma Education, Nellie Sanders. Nellie, stand up, stand up. All right. You're going to get applause anyway. And then my first ever Chief of Staff, Davis, is a senior at Kingfisher this coming year, and Walker, my senior advisor. Those of you who follow us on Facebook, I don't ever address them by their names. I just call them my Chief of Staff and Senior Advisor. Thanks, boys, for being here. So up next, we're going to have Michael from our great Kingfisher Library to say a few words. Michael?
Well, I've been here 20 years, and I've seen the library grow. I've seen it improve over the years. We got a lot of changes in the library, but it's real comfortable now. It's you can go in and you sit down. We have an adult lounge now. We have a reading room. We have a young adult area. They can sit down. We got 12 computers, public access computers. We got Discover room back there. Thanks to the Friends of the Library, they paid for that room, and a lot of kids use that, and so it's pretty crowded a lot of times. And we love this library. It's really grown on us. It's a lot of Kingfisher residents. They always compliment us on the library. So all our library staff, everyone that had, they love the library. They love working here, and everybody's golden. So it's just the way it is. It's the way we work. So I'd just like to say a few words just about the Declaration of Independence, for example, where it says that humans are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Now, many of you may remember that phrase from the Independence Declaration, but libraries have always been champions of our inalienable human rights, haven't they? Because over the years, you see that here is where people can meet, they can speak freely, seek knowledge freely, education freely. They can develop their abilities. They can participate meaningful in meaningful society. So the libraries also provide access to information, regardless of what? Regardless of income, education, age, background, religion, or political belief. So that's what libraries are for, aren't they? They also help protect the human rights to have freedom of education, freedom of thought, freedom of expression. So why am I doing this? Well, I want to build up to these portals, okay? Because this is what we're all about, libraries. Now, libraries, we also promote equality by offering public access to books, public access to technology, public access to internet service, government information, community resources. People come here, they do their job applications, they can look up things, they can print out stuff from the IRS or whatever they need to do. So they come here for that. We also protect the intellectual freedom by resisting censorship and allowing individuals to examine different viewpoints. So that's important, isn't it? Because you feel free coming to the library and just look at a different viewpoint or a different type of information. So by safeguarding the user privacy and confidentiality, libraries can help people research sensitive subjects without fear of surveillance. Now that's where we're getting to the pods, isn't it? That's our portals, not pods. Sorry, Jason. So in addition, libraries preserve history, language, and culture. They provide spaces for civic discussion. They help citizens understand the laws, public institutions, and social issues. In this way, libraries we do not create human rights here. We only serve the community because libraries only provide the knowledge, the access, and the freedom people need to understand, exercise, and defend those rights. Now, when I first heard about the portals, I thought, whoa, what are they? Have we achieved time travel already? We've done AI? Have we done time travel? Maybe it's a TARDIS, maybe in Doctor Who. You step in, it's bigger on the inside. Wouldn't that be cool, Jace? Or maybe it's a opening door to an Einstein-Rosenthal bridge, wormhole, you know. But anyways, it's not that fancy yet. Not yet, okay? But these are access portals. They're new technology. They help ones to exercise their God-given rights by helping preserve privacy, freedom to speak, and free will, freedom to choose. So we've advanced here a little bit, haven't we? You know, libraries are still doing what libraries do. All the way back when Jefferson never returned his book. So we thank Oklahoma Broadband. We thank Mike Sanders and his group for making these access portals available to us, Grant, and also Ready.net, their company, Jace and Scott, and their whole wonderful staff. I just like to, mention everybody on their staff. It's just so wonderful, so good to work with. And so just thank everybody for the overwhelming support.
Mike's a little taller than I am. Well, Mike, thank you for that. And speaking of that, before I get into my comments, I do want to talk and share and give a little special acknowledgments. Mike, thank you for letting us bombard you this past week. The Ready team has been fantastic. I'm sure they weren't the most quiet, but again, you and your staff were fantastic. So if you're a member of the library staff, just raise your hand so we can acknowledge you, because you guys have been fantastic. Yes. It's already been mentioned, but Ready.net, they were the builders of these amazing, really, really technically advanced portals. And you're going to see a demonstration here in a few minutes what these are, what they can do, and what they're going to be able to provide you all in this room. So Jace and Scott and Camille and Keely, Nathan, Zach, Charles, you guys are fantastic. And we really appreciate you and your partnership with making today a reality. So thank you. Ready. To the Pioneer family. These are very high tech. And Pioneer, boy, we are so blessed to live in this community to have such a wonderful technology company that can help provide and partner with folks like Ready to make these portals ready to go live. So again, Blake, Kim, Carly, Randy, Mark, Kyle, the one, even on Sunday. They were here on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, in a balmy 107-degree weather, helping build these and bringing things off the Ryder truck. Thank you, guys, very much for your partnership. Thank you, Pioneer. To Brooklyn, and of course, Natalie Curry, the executive director of the Oklahoma Libraries, or Department of Libraries, was unable to make it today. She was sick. But Brooklyn, thank you for representing the Department of Libraries. You've been a wonderful partner. You've helped us get the word out about these particular portals. So Brooklyn, thank you for your partnership and friendship. So thank you, ODL. Now, these events just don't happen by themselves. Grant programs just don't happen by themselves. People getting served with high-speed internet in the rural areas of the state just don't happen by themselves. Today is not only a special day for Kingfisher in the state of Oklahoma, but for the nation. This is the first ever type of technology-type portals in the United States, and we're doing it right here in Kingfisher. Absolutely. Let's clap. But it takes a team, and I want to acknowledge members of my team, the Oklahoma Broadband Office, who does a lot of work that no one will ever see, except I do, to make sure that we have the best technology available so you all can connect to the world. So if I could ask my team, the Oklahoma Broadband Office, to stand up so we can recognize you properly. Guys, stand up. Stand up. Thank you. And again, thank you all for being here. I just have a few comments that I want to talk about and share with you all. I get this question from time to time, why is high-speed internet so important? Well, the answer to that is, to me, broadband is more than just connecting to the internet. It's about connecting to people and giving people an opportunity. These portals will provide rural residents right here in Kingfisher new opportunities to access services without having to travel long distances to Oklahoma City or Tulsa or some bigger metropolitan area. And the Kingfisher Library, and Mike mentioned this, is demonstrating what it means when communities embrace technology that removes the barriers of geography. And Kingfisher deployment is the very, very first. But we have a lot in the queue. Sealing Library, El Reno, Weatherford, Yukon, Clinton, Tahlequah, Muskogee, Stillwell, Muldrow, just to name a few. And I must say that as someone who was born, raised, and live here in Kingfisher, it's a pretty proud moment. There are so many reasons why people decide to raise a family in communities like this. Places like this have a real sense of community, unlike some of our bigger metropolitan areas. And people here, I believe, being a neighbor and showing what neighborship is all about, it's real and it's sincere. And I'm proud to be from Kingfisher. However, we're all fully aware of trends that we've seen and we've read about. For years, rural cities have started to lose community members, the next generation especially, because they weren't granted the same opportunities as their parents or grandparents, and that's often because of the digital access possibilities. But Kingfisher is saying that doesn't need to be. Kingfisher says you can live in a town just like this and have the same opportunities, have the same advantages as if you were living in downtown Oklahoma City or downtown Tulsa. And that is why I am so excited to get as many of these portals online and built across the state of Oklahoma. Now, our policymakers are in the room. They're going to love this because you guys have helped make this possible too with all the ARPA monies. We don't get the chance to lead Oklahoma, that is, in a lot of categories, at least categories we want to lead in. But Oklahoma and the library system, Brooklyn, we are meeting that challenge, and we're meeting that challenge today. What we get to do is we get to lead the nation in something that's never been done before. We are enhancing communities to give them the opportunity to have services for this first kind of type of technology. And that is a big deal. So in closing, thank you for allowing me to say just a few words. I'm honored to be from Kingfisher. I'm just going to say this. You all haven't seen anything yet. So appreciate you all being here again and appreciate you all being a part of history. Now, if you'll indulge me, I would like to bring up the CEO and co-founder of Ready.net, Mr. Jace Wilson. He is going to give you all a demonstration right up on here on this huge screen. Boys, don't get any ideas. That won't fit in our house. Or your bedrooms. He's going to give a demonstration of what these portals are and what they can do. So, Jace, come on up.
Hello. Michelle asked that I give her 10 seconds to change the audience. Moment of silence. Yeah, while we're waiting, another round of applause for Mike's directors, Tarkus and Director Sanders. Thank you both. And I want to say thank you to everybody in the room for making time to come out and all you do for libraries and for the opportunity to share with you how much libraries mean to me. I grew up in Maryville, Missouri, a few hundred miles north as the crow flies. I relied heavily on my community's library growing up. It means a lot to get to hang out with y'all. And what I know firsthand is an extraordinary library. So we also want to give another shout out to the wonderful Kingfisher Library team, Mike and Joanne, and everybody that makes this place as special as it is. And I trust me, it's special. It's special. So, well done. Thank you, Ben. How's that?
Sounds good.
Good? Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I know Director Sanders promised that I would do a demonstration, but if I may, I'd rather talk to y'all a bit about some of the reasons why we wanted to make portals the way we made them. So, every now and then, a product comes along that changes the way people think about what's possible. The iPhone did that. You know, today we're going to do that again, but this time it's not for your pocket. It's for your town. And I'd like to start, if I could, with a number. And that number is 70, as in 70 miles. And that's the number of miles that Maria has to drive to go visit her doctor. Because she had a hospital in her hometown, but it closed and it's not coming back. And so a routine appointment costs Maria a day of work, a tank of gas, and someone to watch her kids. All that so she can wait in a waiting room for 40 minutes. In the wealthiest country in the history of the world in 2026, which is crazy. Now, a lot of people say the answer is telehealth. And the technology does exist, sort of. How many of y'all use telehealth? A good number of you, awesome. Well, this is telehealth today. It's a phone propped up on your coffee cup. Your connection stutters. Your dog's barking. Your kids are running around. So you don't say the thing you need to say. And your doctor is staring at a postage stamp of your face. Okay? And so what's the industry's big idea to fix that problem? It's a sound-deadened box with an iPad on a stick. I'm serious, that's what the state of the art is in the pod business. You know, it's basically a phone booth with homework. You know, so we thought we could do a lot better. And so what we did is we started with one simple question. What would it take for anyone to get what they need from their hometown, such that something that somebody 70 miles away would take for granted? And the answer turned out to be three things. It's a private doctor's office. It's a modern classroom. And it's a professional interview suite. It's a doctor's office, a classroom, an interview suite. You'll see? No. And it's not three separate rooms, it's one room. We call it portals. And it's a real honor to get to hang out with y'all today and open the first doors, the first portal in the nation. And portals are built in a way that we think can take a whole state from left behind to first in line for a new way of getting services where you need them, when you need them. And portals are all built on four must-haves. It's lifelike, it's private, it's simple, and it's accessible. It's lifelike. When your doctor joins you in your portal, she's there with you. 4K, Ultra HD, 60 frames a second, studio sound. You can read her face. And more importantly, she can read yours. Doctors are trained to notice things. A tremor, a wince, that little flicker that says, I'm not fine, when the mouth says, I'm fine. Most people have not experienced a connection at this level. And when you see it, you don't think, that's a good video call. You forget it's a call at all. It's private. You walk in, the door closes behind you, the glass frosts, your room disappears from the library around it. And the acoustics are engineered in a way that your conversation stays with you. So you can say the hard part out loud. And no one at the front desk and the checkout will hear what you said. And here's the part we love most. Privacy means knowing in plain language what you're signing up for. So here it is in plain language. What happens in your session in a portal stays in your session because portals do not store your personal information. Your conversation, your appointments, your business, period. It's because privacy isn't a feature we added, it's the foundation we built on. And it's simple. There's no manual. No training class. It's slightly better than this TV. You walk in, a friendly voice says hello and asks what you need. in English or in Spanish. When your time is up, the portal gently reminds you, the glass clears, and it resets itself for the next neighbor. And it's accessible. It's something anybody in your community can use, just like Mike said in his beautiful talk about our inalienable rights. Anybody ought to be able to use it. Your grandma can use it on her first try. Your teenager can use it. It's something that anybody in your community can use, regardless of age, physical ability, or technical skill. It's something even you can use. Not you. No, you too. You can use it too. I'm just giving you help. You can use it. And you can bring your family to join you in your session or to enjoy the wonderful Kingfisher Library that has just about everything that you could ask for in a community library. Now, I could sit up here all afternoon and bore you to tears with the engineering underneath this. We could talk about the architecture, we could talk about the fail-safes, and believe me, some really brilliant people solve some brutally hard problems to make this room work for you. And you'll never see any of them. And that is the point. It just works. A remote exam room, a classroom, and an interview suite, all in one place. Never done before. Today, Kingfisher is the first. So where do you put such a room? You could go and build clinics, and that would take millions and years. And the towns that need these things the most would be the last in line again. Or you could notice what Director Sanders noticed. The most trusted institution in the United States of America is not a company, and it's not an app. It's a local library. It's open, it's free, it's warm, or in today's case, it's cold. Thank you for that. Nobody asks you why you're there. Just really beautiful to get to hang out with y'all on this, but I gotta say, like, I want to tell you where this started. You know, because it didn't start in California where the portals are built with American craft and supplies. It started here in Oklahoma. It started when Director Sanders and the wonderful Oklahoma Broadband Office team looked over the thousands of connections they've helped to make over the years, and they saw something that nobody else saw. Not endpoints on a network diagram, but anchors. Trusted institutions that could, with the proper infrastructure, become points of care and opportunity, serving all of the families around them. They had this vision. And because of that, Oklahoma today is not catching up to anybody. Oklahoma is leading the United States and this nation. Because Director Sanders wanted to make sure that Oklahomans like you get access to the services that you need, when you need them, where you need them. So what does that mean for one town? A mom visits her doctor on her lunch break. It's the same doctor, 0 miles driven. A veteran shows up to his job interview looking like the strongest candidate because he is. A student completes her certification without leaving the county that she loves. And for somebody that's struggling, really struggling, He finally has that private place, the person on the other end, and the connection that keeps him here. That's not a gadget. That's infrastructure for dignity. That is a place that you can get access to modern therapies like the peptides already changing lives today. It's a place where Medicaid recipients can complete the 80 hours per month requirement that starts January next year. It's all right here in your library. And it's not a concept video, it's not a pilot in a lab, it's a real piece of infrastructure. Kingfisher is first, thanks to Directors Sanders and Director Talkis, and the wonderful teams around them. And it's the first of 175 going into this wonderful state. So, if you're in Kingfisher this afternoon, stop by, step in, press the green button, say hello, let us know what you think and how we can make portals better to serve you better. And if you're a library that hasn't yet reserved its portal, you might want to do so ASAP because there's only a few remaining in that allotment. But I do want to say thank you again to Director Sanders and the wonderful Oklahoma Broadband Office team for reminding us what really matters. Because we're a technology company, our business is circuits and lines of code, but it's technology in service of people. That mother, that veteran, the kid with a plan to change the world that just needs a hand. That's why we build them. That's portals. Thank you.
We are going to get ready for the ribbon cutting, and so we're going to have a few of the folks head over there now, and we'll give them a little head start so they can get ready, and then we'll have some of our media members follow behind them. So just give us a couple minutes here, and then we'll head on over for the picture if you want to go watch that. Yeah, we'll have plenty of room. It's been positioned so that there will be plenty of standing room. So, thank you.